Hey everybody, and welcome to the PlantStock channel. We haven't met yet. My name is Jesse. So guys, some of you might know that 2 days ago I had an opportunity to, with the help of an American friend, Ken Spector in the US, to interview the CEO, Mitchell Scott, the CEO of the very good food company, Very My Berry. Now, I had very little time to prepare, and I let my Discord members know this quite quickly, also the Facebook group, to know that come up with some quick questions so I can ask them this. The problem was that when we found out about that Very actually had the opportunity and that Mitchell had the opportunity, I had a couple of minutes to come up with some questions. So it was kind of rushed, but I'm hoping that some of these questions will actually please you and you feel that they were good enough. But again, so this was at the expo. I don't know if you know about this health expo that they have. I think every year was between March 8th to the 12th, which was yesterday then, basically. And hundreds and hundreds, if not thousands of different plant-based companies actually at this exhibition. So my friend, they talked to different companies that I asked about. Yesterday, you probably saw my video on Tattoo Chef and their CGO. So today it's going to be Mitchell Scott. So I thought I would just first talk about what kind of questions I came up with. And the first question I came up with was, when it comes to the expansion in the US, how's it going? Will they open up the Patterson facility in California soon? After that, the next question was, any new products this year? After that, we talked about people are worried about that there's been very little information from them as of late. Why is that? And then also, how is their sales through going? Are they popular? Do they have a good repeat buy? So we'll find out about that. And what about their most popular products? And then after that, the China deal, we know that they started talking about having a small pilot program in China. How's that going? Are they going to start something there or in the UK and Europe? We've heard some rumors about that. How is that going? And then something that I think a lot of us have been wondering about when it comes to the bank loan that was between him and the co-founder. Has it been paid back yet? So maybe not appropriate, but yeah, we wanted to hear about that. And then when it comes to NASDAQ, right? Are they worried going to get delisted from NASDAQ if they don't get back to the $1 line? And then I wanted to just know, guys, I've made so many videos on this company, about 60 to 70 videos, if not more. Could I actually get a chance to interview him myself? So this is basically me getting an interview with him, but not person to person, right? This is through my friend Ken. So all right, guys. So, but as always before, I would appreciate smashing of the like button to help me spread this to more people out there. And if you guys want to get more videos like this on the Very Good Food Company, Beyond Meat, Tattoo Chef, Oatly, to name a few, then subscribe, guys, and don't forget that bell button. And if you want to come and talk about this company, the Very Good Food Company, Very My Berry, the one that actually started my career on YouTube, then come and talk about it with me and the other gang in my free Discord channel. Take a look in the description. All right, guys, here you have the interview. And guys, after the interview, I'm going to give some comments about his answers. So stay tuned for that. All right, guys, enjoy.
Hi, I'm Ken Spector, and I am here at Natural Products Expo West. I'm here with the CEO of Very Good Food. This is Mitchell Scott, and I'm going to ask him some questions. Tell me, Mitchell, nice meeting you.
Great to meet you, Ken.
Yeah. So tell me a little bit about Very Good Food in terms of expansion. I really want to hear about where is this company going in terms of expansion out of Canada to the U.S. perhaps.
Yeah, absolutely. So obviously this is the biggest, natural food product show in North America. Big focus for us, this year is on U.S. retail. Big reason we're here, meeting with buyers, meeting with retailers, finally getting a chance for them to taste in person, experience the brand, and so far, yeah, reaction's been great.
Oh, terrific. As far as the products go, what are some of the new product offerings and what's going to excite the public about your product this year?
Yeah, so we've got a few new products we're showcasing. We've got pork mince, and then we've got the ribs, which have been a huge hit. I think the ribs are very unique. kind of a first to market. So we're showcasing them both here and getting a lot of interest and excitement.
I haven't seen a lot of news about your company recent. I was wondering, is there a reason for that?
Yeah, I think, in the past, every time there was any little bit of news, we'd send out a news release, almost on a weekly basis. Now we're just kind of, waiting every couple of weeks, providing a more substantial update. So just a bit of a shift in focus and strategy, and focus really hard on executing in the business and then, updating as appropriate.
I'm wondering about not only people purchasing your products for the first time, but how is repeat purchasing from the same users going? Do you have studies on that?
We do. So obviously with our online sales, it's much easier to track. We can see customers are subscribing, getting products every month. We can see they're coming back a couple times a year, maybe Thanksgiving and then barbecue season, picking up products. And then, we also look at spin status. So at the grocery store, and month over month, our turns for our products are increasing, which indicates that people are purchasing once and then they're coming back, and every week they're purchasing again.
What are your most popular products? What's leading the sales?
Yeah, so there's some products from our original line that have been around for the longest in retail. So our taco stuffer is super popular, and then our new Butcher Select line, which we just launched a few months ago, is starting to really increase in popularity as it gets more widely distributed. Among those, the meatballs are super popular. We won a Next Year award for them, which was at Expo East, so 6 months ago.
What about China, UK expansion, international expansion?
Yeah, so our goal has always been to be a global brand. We've announced a small pilot program in China just to kind of test the market, learn more about the consumers there, get some products in our brand out there. Definitely looking at Europe and APAC as well. But for us, the core focus is on the US retail expansion right now. And if we have bandwidth to make inroads into other markets, we absolutely will start doing that groundwork.
Is there any incredibly exciting news that you can share with me for reasons to get really excited about Very Good Butcher and Very Good Food?
I think the big thing is just here we are at Expo West, showcasing these products. You have buyers from every major retailer in North America. They've been stopping by the booth. They've been loving the product, and hopefully that'll translate into more listings in the future. Awesome. Thanks so much.
All right, folks, so there we had it. There we had the answers. So the first question that I had was about the how's it going in the US and with the Patterson facility. And basically, this seems like, they're going to focus a lot on US retails. And that is one of the reasons they're here at this expo, right, to get exposure. It's too bad he didn't talk about the Patterson facility, but I'm sure he's put on a spot here, right? This wasn't anything planned. They just passed by him and told me, you have any questions for him? And I'm like, okay, just come up with this. And he actually seemed a little stressed, right? So maybe not so strange considering everything that's been happening and what's going on around him, right? And then the other question about any new products this year. He talked about the pork mince, as I have reported on, right? And then he talked about the ribs, that they're really popular. And obviously, this might not be too new to us, but it actually came out this year, and it actually might be new to the US customers. So I'm not sure they've actually started selling them in the stores. And then the next question after that was, we're worried about the information that we've barely gotten any information or transparency as of late. And he basically said, like we know from me, that they have basically reported on every little thing that's been going on in the company in the past, right? Whatever happened with the business, it was out there. And part of the reason we know that, and I know that, is that I produced like 60 to 70 videos on them. So that was good for me, right? But that's basically the key. And now they're trying a new strategy that they'll wait a little longer and update when they feel that they have something more substantial to say, which makes sense, right? And trying to focus on the core and the business and executing. And that's exactly what we want to hear, right? I appreciate that response. Instead of just trying to hype every little thing that's happening, just focus on the business, focus on the company, the products, making the best ever products out there and get them out there. Execution is what we need, more action and less talk. Folks, let me know down in the comments how you feel about this. I'm interested to hear your opinion. And then the question about how is their sales actually going? Are they popular, the products? Do they have a good repeat purchasing here? And Mitchell The CEO actually highlights that it's easier, obviously, to check on their e-commerce sales because they control everything there. They can see that people come back and order from them, especially during larger holiday seasons. And when it comes to the retail stores, using Spin's data, they try to understand how well they're doing in retail. And what they can see so far is that they're doing quite well, that people come back on a weekly basis and buy their products. If this is true, this is certainly an encouraging sign, but we probably need to hear more about this further down the line. And when it comes to what kind of products are the most popular ones, it seems like, and I think it's been there for a long time, that from the original line, their taco stuffers are among the most popular products. And from the latest Butcher Select line, they seem to be doing really well. And I think they will keep doing really well, and maybe when they get into more and more stores. When it comes to the most popular among them is the meatballs. So obviously, personally, I actually believe that this line is actually going to be the most popular one because they don't contain soy like the original version, but they also don't contain any wheat, any seitan, which means no gluten. And I think that actually gives them more opportunity out there among the population when it comes to how diversified people eat. And by the way, guys, what products are your favorite products? Let me know down in the comments. And I know some of you have been wondering about the China deal. Are they going to start something there? And what about the UK and Europe? And they are very interested, and they've talked about that for a long time, about becoming a global brand, right? And they're just testing their feet now in the waters in China through just a small pilot program, right? Would have been interesting to hear more about how it's actually going there, but hopefully we'll hear about that soon. They are also interested in Europe. I think they actually have something small in the UK. We heard something about that for about a half year ago. But what I'm happy about hearing here is that even though they are interested in Europe as well and other places, they really just want to focus right now on executing in the US. So I think that makes a lot of sense considering what a small business they are, right? You don't want to have too many things going just at once. Now, before we actually got this interview with Mitchell, they let us know that they didn't want to talk about the bank loan that's between him and the co-founder, right? And I think it was something that has to do with legal issues that they can't just talk about it like this. So yeah, sorry guys, couldn't get an answer there. And then when it comes to another important one that we wonder about is, are they worried about getting delisted from NASDAQ? And as we know, they have to make it back to the $1 line, right? Because otherwise they risk getting out of there. And he stated, because that wasn't part of the video either, but he actually answered my friend Ken, and considering, as we've talked about, that if that happens, and he said they have a half a year, I don't think they actually do anymore. I think it's like 3-4 months because they got like a warning, I think 2 months ago, but they still have time to make up to $1. And if they don't, like I've actually stated in several videos, they have an option to ask for extension. And we also talked about what that means. The extension would mean that they would get another 6 months. The question is if the NASDAQ would actually give them that. So, but that's his answer. And then when it came to the most important question for me, when it comes to actually me having an opportunity to interview him face to face, like a longer talk, guys, you know, I've been trying to actually get him to talk with me for a very long time. I've contacted them for almost 1.5 years, considering how many videos I've done on them. I don't think anyone has been close on making these many videos on them. And I barely got an answer, and several times it's been that they've stated that the investors' relations, that he's too busy or has so much to do. And sometimes, like, you know, haven't even gotten answers. But now apparently he said that, sure, he wants to sit down with me, and he actually knows very well about my channel. So he said something like maybe in 2-3 weeks from now, he would sit down and do a proper interview with me. So that's, I think, is really great news. And maybe we can get into some of these questions, hopefully. Now, I know some of you guys might not be too thrilled about the answers here, especially when it comes to the NASDAQ thing. and when it comes to the whole bank loan thing that I think a lot of us want to know. And I know a lot of people came in with a lot of questions after regarding what's their next moves, what's their financials like, what's the margins like, and things like that. And I think we have to realize that this is a food expo, right? They just want to find more customers here to buy their products. They want to have, especially retailers, starting to sell their products, right? So I don't think this is probably the right area where they would talk about those kind of things. And again, I have too little knowledge when it comes to that a company would talk about financials and margins and things like that with just anyone like that. If there's any legal situations going on, I don't know. But when I actually have the opportunity to actually sit down with Mitchell Scott and talk about whatever's been going on with the company and the company overall and their plans for the future, I will let you know, hopefully in good time before, so you can come up with some really good questions. Guys, I truly hope you appreciate this video, and please give a big thanks to Ken Spector, my friend in the US, for having the opportunity to doing this for us. So I'm really happy that he did this. Thank you, Ken. And guys, if you appreciated this, please smash that like button, subscribe to the channel if you are interested in Very My Berry or Tattoo Chef, Beyond Meat, Oatly, to name a few. And come into the free Discord channel where we talk about these companies on a daily basis. And you get 5 morning briefings. All right, guys, hope you have a great Monday. Hope to see you tomorrow, and peace out.